Hello, this is Mr. Huff, and let's talk about the Virtual Bridge Challenge. So, I wanted to get you away from your computer this week and have you do some things that were more hands-on. So, your objective is to design and construct a truss-style bridge and test it for its load-bearing capacity. You can use popsicle sticks or craft sticks. You can use toothpicks. You can use bamboo skewers. If you have other small pieces of wood like twigs or something, you could do that as well. But really, these three items, you can probably make a decent bridge pretty quickly. Permitted adhesives are going to be hot glue, school glue, and wood glue. I do not recommend super glue because it is a bad choice. It has basically no shear strength, so it will not withstand or it won't work as well as some of the other glues we have on this list. Keep in mind that glue is intended to be used for connections. Don't make your bridge out of solid glue. Only use it to connect points together. So here's some example truss designs. These are some ideas that you can refer to. This is what I mean. Notice that all of these have a flat bottom, and that's something I expect you to do as well. Don't let the bottom of your bridge extend below the line between the two contact points here. An illegal design for this challenge, I call them toothpick sandwiches, is where you just lay a bunch of stuff crisscross back and forth and make a really sturdy plank out of the materials. This is not permitted. It needs to be a truss design that comes up. We'll talk more about design parameters now. So the minimum width for your design is 2 inches or 5 centimeters. There is not a maximum width. You can make it as wide as you wish. You just can't make it less than 5 centimeters wide. You can make it 2 inches or 5 centimeters tall or more, but not less. So that's some of the design parameters there. Most of the time, you're going to be wider and taller than that anyway, so you should be good to go. But that's minimum design requirements. Then the test gap, let me talk about the gap. The gap is the space between the two things that are holding up the bridge. This is easy to do. Just get like 2 chairs from the dining room, put them close together if you have 2 equal sized tables. If you have a gap between some cabinets, you can use that. As far as the gap, I need it to be at least 12 inches across. If you're using something like bamboo skewers, you need to go further than that because a bamboo skewer is going to be way stronger than you can safely test. So make sure you are using at least a 12-inch gap. This year's National Popsicle Stick Bridge Challenge, they are using a 37-inch gap. So if you want to try that, that's fine too. However, you only have a week to complete this, so I would say make it a little bit smaller. So 12 inches or more, I don't care. You just document what you used. All right, for testing, you're going to apply a pulling force. So down here, you're going to connect some weight at the center of the bridge. See the green arrow there? So you have a pulling force down at the bottom. You need to keep track of the weight that you apply, and I have a little link that says see step 3. So in last week's project, you were supposed to find a mass, and it gave you some ideas about using food products to estimate mass. So metal cans, you add 15% of the food mass. Plastic jars, add 7% of the food mass. Cardboard boxes is 3.2 grams per square centimeter of the box surface. And a plastic bag, you don't have to worry about anything. So I do need you to keep track of how much you're putting on this device that you design and construct. All right. Okay, for your submission, what you're going to do is prepare a design project slide deck. And it needs to include a title slide with your name and maybe a picture of the truss that you hoped to build, or maybe what you actually built, some sort of title slide. And then you're going to have the next page is going to be your design sketch. And you need to include key dimensions. What was your length, width, and height of your bridge in inches or centimeters? The next slide needs to be a photo of you with your completed bridge. I don't want a random picture of somebody on the internet. It needs to be you. So also, anytime you put a picture in there, try to make them take up at least half the page to make it easy for me to digest when I'm scoring these. And then I need a picture of your test space. You can set it up like you're about to test. You just need to show me that. Also, and show me the key dimensions of the test area. What I'm really interested in is the width of this gap. Okay, I want you to pay attention to that. And then you need a picture of the mass that you used at the point of failure. So just take, like if you had 4 bags of rice on there, take a picture of those 4 bags and then tell me how many pounds or kilograms that was. Usually when I score these, we are looking for the mass that you had before the one you added that broke it. So you want to take that one away. It didn't count, it failed at that point. So what did it hold up until the point of failure? So take a picture of all that and tell me how many pounds it is or how many kilograms that is. And then I want you to recommend 2 improvements. I suggest doing this in a table where you say, this is what I would change, and this is why I would change it. A lot of times I get answers like, I would make it more bitter and more bigger and more stronger. And you are telling me what you would change, but it's more effective to tell me specifically what you would change. I would use bamboo skewers for the entire design. Why would you do that? Because it would be more flexible and sturdier and would allow it to sustain more load. So use engineering terms that you've learned through the year. So 2 improvements there. And then the last slide, I want you to reflect on what you've learned as related to structural design in this experience. So that is the virtual bridge design challenge. I tried to keep this down to 1 page. I hope you find this little discussion helpful. Thanks.